we had a very long discussion of 1 hour about movies and technology, and how movies are changing with technology, where Yanni's perspective was that I claimed, the world is going mad with all these investments of Silicon Valley companies into artificial intelligence, virtual reality, 3D movies. So first we had the 3D movies, now we'll probably have virtual reality, we'll put a screen, Google Eyes, and you will have the movie here. And then Yannis said something which I think you will like. He said, no, even if this comes to the most developed level, I still think that 2D movies, the classical movies, when you sit in the first row of a cinema, will be the real experience. And I don't buy the argument that 3D movies will ever, that they ever can compete with the classical medium of movies. So my question is, what do you think about that? And did it ever cross your mind? For instance, we know that Jean-Luc Godard made a movie, Goodbye to Language, which is 3D, but I would say basically it's a deconstruction of the 3D technology. Did it ever cross your mind to make a 3D movie? But this is not the main question. The main question is...
No, I hate 3Ds. When I go, I saw some of these films, and I feel unhappy with it. So I never would. It's the only 3D film I really liked, and I understood why Wim Wenders had to do it. That is, everything will be fine. His last film he did in Canada. I don't know if you saw it. And he shot it, and he is a technical addict also, so he's always trying to get the last invention. So, and I thought before I went in, I thought, oh yes, so he will try this last invention, he has to try it. And then I understood, because that was a film also about solitude, and in Canada, and there was a man standing in the huge countryside, all alone, and there you had this feeling of the dimension of the landscape, and this only man therein. So this solitude you could feel much more than if it would have been just two-dimensional.
I think there is hope for 3D.
And that I liked, but for me, I think I will go to bed, but in my grave without having done it. No, I have to think it over, because I have a certain age. I won't tell you how. But so you have in mind how many films you can still do in your life. If I have to wait every time for 8 years, so that would
We wish you that. We wish you at least. I wish you 16 years, so we can have at least two movies. So please, a big applause for Margarethe von Trotta. So now the floor is yours. You just raise the hand, we have some mics, and you can speak either in Croatian or English, and I can see a lot of people actually understand German as well. We don't have simultaneous translation for German, but I think I can help out. I still cannot see any hands. Please. There's the first hand. There is the first question in the first row.
Actually, I'm going to ask about the movie I haven't seen. I mean, how did you get the personal idea about Hildegard von Bingen?
Can you repeat?
Sie haben doch einen Hildegard von Bingen Film gemacht. How did you get a personal idea about her? I can't somehow.
She also wrote letters.
I know, but is it enough?
Yeah, there I was a little bit more free, because who knows Hildegard von Bingen? I don't know if she's looking down, if she would be agree with but I had her letters. I had the book about her visions. I knew a little bit her life story. The only thing, and there's still a convent in Germany, which has her her name. It's not the real one, but it's in the same area. And I went there, and there's a nun who is just there, who was a journalist before she became nun, and she is the one to make the communication with the outside. So she told me what to read, because there are so many books, biographies, terrible, where really that's the invention of you know, scrap. And so she said, you have to read this one and a book, and there is correspondence. She corresponded with the popes and with all this big stuff in her time, and with Barbarossa and so many different also persons. And she said, I have to read that. And she said, but no, not too many herbs, because you know, herbs were this new way of living with nature, and she knew a lot about herbs. But in Germany now, she's mainly known for her herb side.
Botanics.
Yeah, for
Botanics.
yeah. And there are pharmacies which have her name, and there's muesli, you know, the thing you're eating in the morning with milk, and that's this Hildegard muesli. And that was sure, I never had the intention to reduce her to that, because she was a wonderful composer. She did wonderful music. She had also a language in her visions, which were wonderful, and she knew a lot of medicine. And she was today. I always say today you would say she was a multi-talent.